Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to all our subscribers, whether you're a new subscriber or you've been subscribed to me for a long time. Lovely to have you with us. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's cards. Thank you for your lovely comments. And today, I wasn't planning to do another one today, but I found myself having time, so I thought, right, let's get on with it and plan another one. So today I'm going to do what I'm going to call a window box card. Now, you don't have to use a window if you don't want to. You can use whatever you've got in your stash. So there are some lovely stamps and dies around, so use whatever you've got. I'm just using a window. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make the unusual decision to start from the bottom and work my way up. And there's a reason for that. I'll think of it in a minute. No, there really is a reason. I need to do this bit first before I put the window up, but all that will make sense as we go along. So we are making a 5x7 card today. We need a bigger card for this, and you'll see why as we go along. And the first thing you need, apart from your card base, this is just an ordinary white cardstock, which I'm going to slide to one side for just a moment. You will also need, well, I'm calling it a wall, but you can call it whatever you like. You can call it a panel. So let's call it a panel, which is 5x2. That was white cardstock, and I've just inked it over very roughly with some brown ink. So I just did it very roughly, very mottled. And before we put anything else onto that, I'm going to put a flower border. And now I found a flower banner in my stash, which I actually had to cut down. It was about that long, far too long, but it was brilliant, so I just cut it down. What we're going to do, we're going to turn it over. I've already got some double-sided tape on here. If I can get it off, I'll take the backing off. So we're just going to take that off. Now that does overhang, so if you do find it overhangs, just pop it up. And we're going to turn that, well, actually what we're going to do, turn that over. And we need it on the front because we want it to sit behind that wall or that panel. Let's call it a panel, behind that panel. So it's going to sit like that. Now I'm going to put that, actually I'm going to put that and that over there for a minute because I need my scoreboard for the next bit and I didn't want the other lot sliding onto the floor. So you will need 2 supports for your wall or your panel, which measure 2x2. And so there is my first one. And you need to score it at 1/2 inch. I will put all of these measurements and score lines in the description box. You don't have to worry about remembering them. So we've got 2x2. We need 2 of these, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, if it'll stay straight, and 1.5 inches. And that's the only scoring you're going to need to do, apart from doing it on the other one. So sorry about that snap. Well, just pop that down because we don't need it anymore. And this is a concertina fold, and I'll give you a tip. The easiest way of getting a concertina fold right the first time, if you've never done one before, concentrate on that middle fold there. Don't worry about the 2 outer ones for a minute. Fold the middle one down so that it's a mountain fold, or so that the fold is sticking up towards you. Then bring the other 2, turn it over, and bring the 2 sides up like that. And once you've done that, you will have a type of spring, and that is called a concertina fold. But I found that's the easiest way of doing it. I always do my concertina folds like that. And I've done another one exactly the same. So on the back, or to stick these together, to add a little bit more dimension, I'm actually going to use some foam tape, or foam pads actually, I beg your pardon, they're not foam tape. Foam pads, and all I did was I took a foam pad and I cut it in half lengthways, which if you've watched me before, you'll have seen me do hundreds of times. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to start the assembly process. So let's bring the card back in and let's bring our panel back in to begin with. So let's just move that out the way for a minute. Let's move everything where you can see me. So if I move that up there, you can see that. So I'm going to take the backing tape off of the foam pad. And we're going to have our folded edge facing outwards, simply because it looks nicer. There's no other reason apart from the fact that it looks nicer. And we're going to put that on there. I've already got one on there, so we're going to do the same on that one. Take the backing tape off, if it'll come off. Make sure that the folded edge is on the outside and stick it down like that. So that's why I put this bit on first, and you don't have to worry about jiggling it or juggling it to get it in between the two bits. You can just pop it over the top, much easier. And then all we do, for this bit anyway, is take the backing tape off the top parts like that, turn it over. Now, I'm just going to bring this slightly closer to me so that I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to line this up with the bottom edge. So line the bottom edge of your panel with the bottom edge of your card. And that will spring up like that. So already we've got a bit of embellishment in our card. Now that's why I wanted to put that first, because I've got my window. Well, this was a homemade window actually, but you don't have to use a homemade window. You don't even have to make a door. In fact, I'll give you a bit of a tip. In this month's creative stamping, there's a beautiful front door stamp. So you could stamp that and colour it in if you want to. Because I wanted that so that the flowers are above the window. That's why I wanted to put this in first, so that I could gauge how far down we need to put it. So on the back, I have got foam tape this time, because I wanted it popped up a little bit. So we'll just pull the backing off if it'll come off. So there we go, it's off. Now, again, we've got a couple of ways we can do this. You can either keep the, I cut it so that the shutters are free. So you could either have them flat, or you could have them closed. I've put them on the back. I definitely don't want them closed. I've coloured the back as well, but that's only because if I decided to have them raised a little bit, which I think I probably will. You could put supports to do this if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is tuck that in so that it just sits behind there. I'm not going to put it down too hard yet. So that our flowers are coming up over the top of our window. Then when I'm happy with the position, I'm going to stick that down. And because I've already bent that up a little bit, the flowers will hold it into place. Or if you really don't want it up, you could just glue it flat. You could, that's what it looks like glued flat. Or you could just bend it a little bit and have it up. But I rather like it like that. I like it a bit dimensional. Now, in my stash, I found a sentiment which says someone's, no it doesn't, it says special friend. I did find one that said someone special, but this is going to a special friend who loves their garden, which is why I did it this way. And again, I've got foam tape on the back, which I'm going to stick on there. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave it like that and you could call that finished, and that will be a very acceptable card. But in my sticker drawer, which seems to be still overflowing, I've used loads of them, but they're still overflowing, so I'm going to use them. I found this glorious bicycle, and all the wheels are made of flowers, and there's some flowers sticking out the top, and it's got this gorgeous bird on it, and it says, it's all about the fun, and I like that. So this is just a sticker, so you don't have to do anything fancy to it. Just literally peel it off. You could put some glue on the back if you want to hold it on, but I'm not going to worry about that because it's new, so it's still quite sticky. And I'm going to stick that right in front of the wall like that. So we've got a bicycle. There's a little bit of overhang there, but if you're worried about it, just stick it to the flowers, it'll be all right. So you've got your bicycle in front of the wall. Now if you wanted to match that up with something within the card so it didn't look a bit odd, there's a lovely little butterfly here. So if you wanted to, take the smallest butterfly, and we could have it perhaps coming over there. I won't put it down yet, or maybe the other way around. Actually, yes, let's put it down there. It seems to have stuck itself. So there we go. There we are. We have a butterfly coming over our window shutter, a beautiful floral bike in the front of our panel. We've got our flowers, we've got our window, and we've got our sentiment. So there you go, guys. That's it. So that is our window box card. And because we've got all this dimension here, it will stand up really nicely, she says. Well, it will if I open the card. It'll stand up nicely. So if I rock it backwards, you can get a sense of what it looks like when it's standing up. But I'll hold it flat, or fold it flat, so that you can see it. And there is our window box guide. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. As I said, you don't have to have a window box. You don't have to have a window. You can have any image you like up here. And you can have flowers coming out of anything. You can have a door. You can have another flower if you wanted to. You could have another flower display and have flowers coming up. So your imagination is your only limit. You use whatever you want and whatever you've got in your stash. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you can join me for the next one. So thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this for the first time and you're not a subscriber yet, please do hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell, and you'll never miss another video, and you'll always be notified. So there we go. That's it for today. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the weekend, Here at the moment, it's cold, but it's sunny. So whatever you're doing, whatever the weather, have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon with the next one. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.